Following the official endorsement of its zoning committee's recommendations by the Caretaker and Extraordinary Convention Planning Committee (CECPC) of the governing All Progressive Congress (APC), party faithfuls say it is a pointer to where the presidential slot is headed. Recall that shortly after the Progressive Governors Forum (PGF) met with President Muhammadu Buhari at the presidential villa penultimate week, Kaduna State Governor informed the State House correspondent that the issue of zoning and convention dates had been resolved. El-Rufai explained that the zoning scheme was actually a swap of positions previously occupied by former occupants between North and South geopolitical zones. The Kaduna State Governor described the zoning arrangement agreed by the governors and the President as a very simple, equitable and fair formula, stressing that with the development, all areas of disagreement have been cleared for a rancor-free national convention on Saturday, March 26th. However, shortly after the disclosure, attempts were made by interest groups to alter the zoning arrangement so as not to jeopardize their future political fortune, particularly the presidential and vice presidential aspirations. However, arising from his meeting at the APC headquarters yesterday, the acting CECPC chairman and governor of Niger State, Abubakar Sani Bello, said the approved recommendations shows that the position of APC national chairman would go to the North Central geopolitical zone. The position of national chairman, which was variously occupied by Chief John Odige Oyegu and Comrade Adams Oshomole, was zoned to South-South in the outgoing dispensation in which the Northwest produced the president in the person of President Muhammadu Buhari. In a statement, the Director of Publicity, Saliu Dambata, noted that while the Southeast is expected to produce the National Secretary, the Southeast would occupy the Deputy National Chairman South and South-South, the Deputy National Publicity Secretary. During its regular meeting on March 8, 2022, the Caretaker and Extraordinary Convention Planning Committee of the All Progressive Congress approved the recommendations of the Zoning Committee on the zoning of the offices. He stated, "If the zoning arrangement is anything to go by, especially given the preceding arrangement in which Northeast produced the National Secretary, the presidential aspiration of Vice President Yemi Osinbajo, the former Lagos State Governor Asiwaju Bola Tinubu and Governor Yahaya Bello have been put in jeopardy." But some prominent party leaders said zoning of positions has no implication on the presidential ambition of politicians from the Southwest. A source said, "Presidential candidates of the party can still come from any of the zones in the South. The tradition is that the chairman of the party and the president cannot come from the same zone. Zoning National Secretary's slot to the Southwest has nothing to do with the presidential ambition of Tinubu, Osinbajo, and Fayemi." Sources disclosed that an attempt to push the office of National Secretary to Southeast was a last-ditch strategy to block the zone from fielding a possible presidential standard-bearer. Going by the zoning arrangement cited by The Guardian, positions previously held by the South-South geopolitical zone went to the North Central, thus predicting the emergence of the party's next national chairman from the North Central. Conversely, positions previously held by the party faithful from Northeast went to Southwest geopolitical zone, a development that moves the office of National Secretary to be occupied by a person from Southeast. In the same vein, positions that resided in the Northwest geopolitical district were swapped to the Southeast. It will be recalled that Chairman of the Senate Committee on Army, Senator Ali Udume, said he had two chairmanship aspirations in mind: support from either Northeast or North Central, stressing that he expected the APC to zone the chairmanship to the North since the presidential slot was going to the South. Investigation by The Guardian revealed that Udume was favorably disposed to Senator Ali Modu Sheriff and Senator Abdullahi Adamu, who is being penciled as potential consensus candidates. Against the background of the zoning of the National Secretary, which is a major party position to Southeast, APC stakeholders from Southeast have gone into the celebratory mood, touting that as a predictor that the presidency currently held by Northwest will automatically go to Southeast or South-South. Anambra State APC Chairman Chief Basil Ijedike told The Guardian that stakeholders from his state scheduled a meeting in Abuja by 10 p.m. to closely study the development with a view to putting its house in order preparatory to the March 26 National Convention. However, Ebonyi State Chairman of the party, Comrade Stanley Okoro Emegba, said many Nigerians started rejoicing at the zoning format, which he said favored Governor Dave Umahi's presidential ambition. Emegba disclosed that despite the temporary setback from the Federal High Court ruling that sacked Umahi and his deputy, Dr. Kelechi Igwe, it was obvious that God has designed and paved the path for him to become president. On his part, a founding member of APC in Southeast, Mr. Osita Okechukwu, said the swap doctrine adopted is a milestone by President Buhari and APC governors for the unity and prosperity of our great party and by extension, our dear country, expressing the hope that the zoning puzzle has been solved. Okechukwu, who is also the Director General of Voice of Nigeria, DG Von, stated, if the swap doctrine is extended to the zoning of the president, it will reinforce the position of some of us that inclusiveness, equity, and good conscience will consolidate gains made by Mr. President, unify the country, and hence elevate Nigeria to regain its position as the giant of Africa. For instance, with the secretary zone to the southeast being the second highest office in the hierarchy of the party after the chairman, presupposes that the president may be zoned to the southeast or south-south. This will more than any other factor guarantee the victory of APC in 2023 presidential election. However, faulting the decision of the CECPC, former Deputy National Vice Chairman South-South of the party, Chief Hilad Etta, said the action was mere a continuation of illegality and constitutionality. Etta said no amount of cover-up would remove the fact that the CECPC is living on borrowed time, stressing, I do not believe that an illegal contraption can do what is legal because you cannot build something on nothing and expect it to stand. For me, you cannot build legal structures on an illegal contraption. So we watch and pray.